for the defense, but I think the offense went Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Oh, I don't know. Tuesday and Thursday we didn't actually, do it because we didn't tackle to the ground. So we only keep scores on the days that we actually take them to the ground. And, I think, by technicality, probably the defense won today. It was more, I think, a piece of, or an example of the offense. We count penalties, and you get pretty severely penalized on a penalty, and the offense had way too many penalties. They had 4 penalties like in the first 20 plays or something. But just like in a game, when you, particularly with our offense, the style of offense we are, if you have a penalty on 1st and 10, or you have a big holding penalty, that's what it's going to be in the game. You can't overcome that deficit. So, yeah, I mean, the defense won. I guess if you go by the letter of the law. More than that, though, it's just nice to come out and scrimmage again and compete. And our numbers are down a little bit now. That'll probably be the last time we have contact this spring. But we had one player that was in. We had 2 players really that were injured. Caleb Kimbrough with the knee, and Jared Francisco with an ankle that I think are probably both pretty significant. Teo Adawan had the wind knocked out of him. So anytime there's a guy gets injured out here and it's pretty significant, I've got kind of a down opinion of things. But overall, I thought it's good to come out here and have spring ball the way spring ball's supposed to be, and it's another example of that.
Coach, how did the entire process help this club?
Well, I think I've used the analogy a lot of times. I think it's sometimes that bullfighter has to jump in that ring with that live bull. He can practice as much as he wants with that little plywood thing with the fake horns on it. And certainly we've done enough of that over the last 2 years because of our situation. You got to go play. We can do all the drills we want, which we do. We can do all the teaching we want. We can do all the cerebral stuff. But for us to develop young football players, you have to go play. I'm sure Cameron Bairstow, you were around here a lot of years and watched his development. He went in that gym and he played full 5-on-5. And eventually as a senior, he was a heck of a player. So if you put it into that basketball kind of deal, you got to come out here and play the game, and that's what we did.
Have you seen the difference from this year to year 1 and year 2, being able to have that contact?
Are you kidding? I mean, there's no question, and that doesn't mean that we're ahead of schedule or anything. It just means that certainly in year 3, certainly we see it. We went 2 springs where we didn't even have contact in scrimmage. Rick was here. We had 7 offensive linemen the first year, and we had really 2 quarterbacks. I guess Cole was a true freshman with BR. Yeah, I'd say it's come pretty far, which puts it about level with the other teams we're playing starting out. And yeah.
Take one team does, or just hold him out this year?
No, he's okay. He's okay. Yeah, he's in some competition. There's some guys fighting for that corner spot. Donnie Duncan has he's made some strides. I mean, he's a physical football player. Saquon really has had a good spring. Cranston's had a good spring. Boatwright is really athletic. So yeah, I mean, there's some guys in the mix there. It's kind of like what our team is. There's probably a few more guys where you have a little more competition.
Coach, at the first press conference we had, you said now it's time to win games. Does a successful spring workout, does that lead to winning games?
Yeah, it is. And it's not quite as dramatic maybe as people think. Spring football is just another step. Our off season from January until we start spring football is just as significant. And now this next step will be that. You look around the country and you see all the things that happen. Whether it's off the field issues, or whether it's academic issues. This is the second step, and now we've got to finish up spring semester strong academically. Then we go into the summer program, when that's divided into 2 phases. But yeah, I mean, the spring with the equipment on and the contact, that's what it's for. You come out here and get contact, and guys knock each other around, and guys develop a little chemistry and camaraderie because they're out here beating the heck out of each other. Now, there's no guarantee. That's just the next step, and now the next step becomes that much more critical. And just the academic piece and taking care of our business off the field, those things are just as critical.
Quarterback doing actually live Saturdays, you can maybe you lost a couple of reps this time through the game.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Coles was, you guys saw that, he had the hamstring just on a long run. And then Caleb's, you know, when the quarterback's running the option, even though you're not tackling them, you get out here and you have to thud them a little bit. And I didn't see exactly what happened, but I know he turned up on the option and there was a little collision right there. It wasn't low, it was a high collision. You know, that's just what football is. You know, you put 22 guys out there, and what people don't realize, to the degree I do, is when you do anything in the spring or in practice, you're putting 22 of your guys out there at one time. Not 11, you're putting 22. So basically, we probably had 70 plays today. That's really like 140 plays in the game, you know, because there's 11 of your guys out there both times on offense and defense. And that's why that's why you hold your breath. And, you know, just right now I'm down about Caleb Kimbrough and Francisco. But all in all, we've been very, very fortunate for as much contact as we've had.
How would you evaluate the quarterbacks number 12?
You know, Clayton is a talent. Clayton Mitchum is a talent. This is what Clayton Mitchum needs. He needs full speed, live. All of a sudden the picture isn't what I thought the picture was going to be, and how do I react when that happens? It's when there's a little bit of chaos, you know, what happens, you know, and that's what he needs. I've been really impressed with Lamar Jordan. I think Lamar Jordan will even be better in the more full speed stuff you do, because he can escape and he can make things happen. And I think both those guys throw the ball pretty darn good. So I'm excited right now with Cole, Clayton Mitchum, and Lamar Jordan coming out. And, you know, now, you know, I don't know what the prognosis will be exactly on Caleb Kimbrough, but I have a pretty good idea. You know, it may be the two young guys now that come in and are fighting for that 4th spot. Okay, guys? Hey, Bob. How